You know, Sean, a popular American television export is Baywatch, a show about lifeguards. Now, you were a lifeguard for a while. Now, how great a job was that for you at that time?
Well, there weren't any Pamela Andersons running around then, but there was lots of very athletic people. And in fact, I'm not sure if it's still here. Portobello Pool was huge, great big. Then they used it for testing for seasickness during the war, and all sorts of marine stuff. And we just walked around in flannels and a shirt, and anybody got in difficulties. But it was quite a big job. There were 6 of us on each day. That was how big the pool was.
Oh. Now, I have a question about recognition. Now, to be recognized is, I'm sure you're very used to that. As an actor, to be recognized in a restroom, how awkward is that? And do you ever find people suddenly wanting to make conversation in the restroom?
Well, funny enough, I was in the restaurant, I was having dinner with Michael Caine and his wife, and Donald Sutherland and his wife, and myself and my wife. We're in, I can't remember which one, I think it was one of Spago's. And I went to the toilet and suddenly got trapped in there with 2 guys who wanted me to take pictures with them. And it almost ended in a fight to get out of the place. And needless to say, one was a bit upset. They couldn't understand why I was upset.
Well, one question before we talk about the movie. The movie's Entrapment. Strange places for an actor to be trapped. Have you ever been on an airplane and you have the seatmate from hell next to you, the guy who said, "Hey, Sean Connery, James Bond, hey, martini, shaken, not stirred." Do you ever have to deal with that?
Not too often, but I must say I've been really fortunate not to have. I've had a few, but never been really trapped in the aeroplane. But I think one would have to do something about it, if you will.
Okay, a question about your producing duties on this film. Do you remember the first time you had to take an active leadership role on the set of a film, where you had to step in because you saw things going down the tubes?
Well, I've been really involved in, mostly on the script side, with nearly all the films for the past 30 years. And I made a definite stance and took an executive position as executive producer because I was doing it anyway. And so it's kind of blurred where it definitely came about. But the accumulation of knowledge on making films, and it's amazing. There's a whole school of people who are making movies that are very kind of technically sound, and they've got away from understanding about kind of character or stories, and there's certain fundamental things about movies that I like, not necessarily shared by everybody, and without being old-fashioned, although this film has a bit of that old-fashioned element about it. That's why one was very selective and ruthless in the editing and taking out stuff that one adored, but it was just a little too much of it. And
one very quick question. Catherine Zeta-Jones, not an unattractive woman. Was it amusing?
You're very observant.
Yeah. Was it amusing for you to see how men reacted to her on the set?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, not just on the set. I mean, guys like yourself, like, you know, having seen the movie. And you've met her.
Yes,
yes,
very charming.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Sir, thank you very much.